entrepreneurs get the opportunity to tell our panel about their product or business, and then they get advice on how to grow it and expand it. This week, Scott Feldman and Mark Sarpa join us. These dads are the co-founders of Frecklebox, which designs personalized gifts for kids. They say they are on a mission to entertain and educate. So, guys, tell us what you have. We have our customized, I have my Dagan here, my Dagan notebook. Tell us what advice that you need. And first, you're talking to Tom Stenberg, who founded Staples.
Well, it's an honor to be here, and Frecklebox was founded because we're a printing company. The child is the star of every product, and we think that will help get them engaged and really learn through our books and other products.
What do you guys need in terms of growth? What are the holes that you need filled, the questions you need answered?
Well, I think from our perspective, you know, we've been a B2B company for so long, almost 20 years, and now all of a sudden we find ourselves in this consumer market space that we know very little bit about, and we're trying to, you know, gain customer acquisition and figure out advertising and all the things that go with being a consumer business. And from our perspective, we just need to know, with certain dollars that we have, what's the best bang for our buck when we go out and try to market.
Tom, can you give these guys any advice? I know that you've read up on the company.
Yeah, just a quick one. What kind of revenues are you doing right now, roughly?
Right now, it's about $50,000 a month in Frecklebox.
Great. So, you know, you're doing about $600,000 a year now, or less than $1 million. And what I thought your product is very appealing. I'm not sure who else is doing this. I'm sure some other people are doing things kind of like this, because I've gotten some things like this. And resources, both, you know, search engine marketing and search engine optimization. What kind of cost per customer acquisition can you get to? What kind of value can you extract from these customers over time? Because you don't just want one sale, you want multiple sales from these customers over time. And once you understand sort of the economics of that, what's it cost me to acquire a customer, how much revenue can I get over time, just like in the B2B space, then whatever that profile is and that formula is, you'll be able to replicate that and get to be pretty big without ever messing with a retail channel. And I hate to say it, you know, but big retailers can be, even little ones can be very challenging. The big ones can be difficult because they're bureaucratic. The little ones are difficult because they don't pay you. And both are bad. So I'd stick with your knitting and try to make it as big as you can, having figured out the economics.
Thank you.
Guys, anything else you want to ask Tom?
Yeah, in terms of getting eyeballs to the site, there's so many different methods of advertising. We've got Google and Bing and Yahoo and advertising in periodicals for parents, all of them being very expensive on a cost per acquisition. Should we be doing all of them? Should we be concentrating on one in particular?
You know, one of the things Dagan talks a lot about in the earlier hours is having professionals do things that you shouldn't be doing yourself. And I think the same thing is true in running a business. City Sports is a good example where Dagan shops has just been aggressively building an online business. They don't try to decide themselves exactly which media to buy. They engage a media agency to help them make the buys, because these guys know what works and then do enough experimentation to fine-tune that. So I'd engage a professional to help you and to truly come up with a plan, which is likely to include a lot of Google, but also some other media.
Tom.
And Tom, I had a...
Yeah, quickly, guys.
I had a question. What's reasonable or great growth? Last year we experienced over 100%. Is that reasonable, or is that failure, or is that good?
Well, obviously, you know, the law of small numbers versus large numbers makes a difference. At your stage of growth, I found that 100% plus is possible. Once you get to be about $10 million, you know, growing 100% gets a lot more difficult.
Tom,
so 40 to 50% is a real good growth rate.
Before we say goodbye, any guidance as they go out and try and raise money, things they should be thinking about?
Yeah, I would, if you guys, because you've had another business that give you some cash flow, can get that formula down. So in other words, get your revenues from about $600,000 to a couple million by figuring out exactly what it costs to acquire a customer, what kind of revenue you can generate from them. then you've got kind of a proven plan. See, look, Mr. Investor, I can do more of this, and by doing more of this, I'm doing nothing fancy, I can make you a lot of money.
Tom, you were fantastic, and we have to thank you for being here. We need to let you go, Tom Stemberg. It was such an
Thank you
honor
so
and a
much for having me.
pleasure. And please come
Good
back.
luck, guys.
And please come back
Thanks,
very
Tom.
soon. Tom Stemberg, the founder of Staples, now an investor with Highland. And also, guys, Mark Sarpa and Scott Feldman, thank you both for being here. We're going to talk as the show goes
Thanks so much
on
for having us.
about marketing ideas as well. So just listen in. They are the founders of Frecklebox.com. You should check it out because look at the nifty notebooks that we got, right?
Is that reversed in TV land? Is it like ambulance? Is it backwards?
No.
I don't know how TVs work.
Thank you for sharing that.
I'm going to be harassing Tom by email with my half-baked big box business ideas for years, so he can look forward to that.
If you only had his email address. But if you know who does read the email and we put you on the TV, if you send us one, we do here. If you have a business or a product that you need advice on how to promote, how to streamline or expand, fantastic selling segment that we do every week. But, guys, we have a lot more to talk about. You know what, Andy, I'm curious now that we're looking at these guys for Frecklebox. How would you market that? Because I went to the website and was using it, and there's just no, and Gen 2, there's no Twitter bug, there's no Facebook bug, and that's what I was really hankering to see.
Go ahead.
Social media has to be. I mean, it's free marketing. It's the place to start. But even addressing moms, it's the perfect. I mean, that's the customer and fathers too. But having moms who are bloggers blogging about the company becomes viral in a way to really get the message out in a third-party endorsement, which gives you credibility. You know, and that to me is what really gives credibility to a brand and takes it to the next level.
Yeah, the number 1 and 2 ways to market an online business come before advertising. It's word of mouth and it's editorial PR. And so, you know, to the folks out on the West Coast trying to get this going, I would say, don't be afraid to sell in person to your customers because that's how you get the word of mouth going. Right. And it's a paradox because you're launching an online business, but it's okay to, you know, get a bunch of moms together, you know, there's tons of moms in the marina in Pacific Heights. I see the setting in the background. Throw a couple quote-unquote Frecklebox trunk shows, and that's how you generate the word-of-mouth buzz. Next thing you know, you're being written up in the local paper, in local blogs, and that's the second best way because those two things are free, other than your own time at this stage of the game. Once you've gotten to 1,000 customers or maybe 2,500 customers, then start to plow some of the gross profit coming in from the business into your online advertising. And I would say it's a mix of paid search, it's a mix of online display, it's a mix of online retargeting, and more importantly than anything, it's just having the experimentation to know what's working at the right CPA. And you want that cost per acquisition to be profitable on the first transaction. So whatever your margin is on the first transaction, be willing to spend up to that.
What about old-fashioned commissions? What if you like have just a display in an office supply store, maybe like a Staples, where like you have the names on it, and then people order it through the mail, and then that store gets like 20% of the order just for having the display in their brick-and-mortar old-fashioned store?
That's affiliate marketing too. I mean, that's a great way to do a business like this because direct marketing allows for the mothers that are going to be promoting this company, per se, to get commission for every time that they're promoting it, which gives them an incentive. This is definitely a perfect company for direct marketing. And
how about multi-level marketing? How about distributorships? Oh, housewives buy distributorships, and then they go out door to door in the minivan when the kids are. I'm serious.
No, it's a perfect. This is the perfect kind of company
to
do
turn
something
into a pyramid scam. It could be legitimate.
That's how it spreads, though, virally. Absolutely.
Guys, I hope that was helpful. But a shout out to Mark and Scott again. Frecklebox.com. I love the website. But I have to say, may I hold your notebook? May I hold your notebook? This is more my speed with the flames.
Right. Up next, I'm Sonaj. And up next, a viewer wants to know. That's because it's in reverse in TV. Up next, a viewer wants to know when is a good time to patent your product. And we have the expert to answer that. This is your patent time. You've been calling for a year. There's still plenty of time for your calls and emails. 877-249-9626 or yourmoney@foxbusiness.com. Patent lawyers are free. It's free, but it's free now.
And Craig Opperman is here to answer your questions.
Free.
Jonas loves free. Anything free.
$10 grand just to talk to them. I've done it. They're so expensive.
Will you get free advice coming up next? Stay with us.